Greetings, minions, and welcome to this episode of Through the Glass, where we're not talking about wieners. That's something different. That being said, we are here, we're back, we are ready for some Canadian anime-style bullshit, and or to make John cry. Either way, yeah, I think that's it. If you guys want to support the channel, please go check us out on Patreon or subscribe. We're trying to hit 40 subscribers on here. Also, go check us out on the Discord, chat about this show, and do all that fun stuff. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see a bar that's currently incorrect, but will be corrected shortly. And what that means is when that bar fills, Natalie gets to do whatever the hell she wants to us, but more importantly, every dollar that goes in there goes back to these wonderful players here. That being said, I'm going to go fix that bar and turn things over to Natalie to take us into Toranna.
Back to Toranna, although that's not where we really left you off. The last episode did spend most of the time, I believe, in Toranna. We kicked, as a quick recap, we kicked off with poor kid in a box.
It's my kid in a box.
Exactly, thank you. And Kit had a wonderful visit from an actual sand, which actually was more of a nightmare than really anything else. Got chased around a bunch, saved by Remy, and then kind of handed off to Orono, who seems to be in charge, at least in this space. Hard to say. They played an awful game of tic-tac-toe, of which we've learned that nobody should play tic-tac-toe, is really what we learned. And upon waking up, Kit realized that they were in the mirror world, which is not where they got left, which is unfortunate. Everybody else back in Levi's apartment dealt with the fact that Levi just got asked to kill Lockie. That was fun. And then they all slowly, Lockie bamped his way over to the warehouse to go back to get Kit. And then slowly, Jules and Levi made their way down. Very slowly, very awkwardly. Jules surprisingly did not punch Levi in the face. Very surprisingly. You punched them lightly.
For once.
Just once. And then you had a really rambunctious cat tonight. Apparently that one is just going crazy. It's gonna be fine.
Stop it.
Yeah, pretty much. Lockie, you I don't even know. You just got delayed. You got waylaid instead of dealing with the basilisk in whatsoever. Well, actually, no. You found Kit, realized that there was a snake demon. Snake demon followed you guys back to the real world. You caught up with Levi and Jules just as Kit tried to steal a police car, which did not work. Policeman then got transported to the roof of Levi's apartment. Oh, yeah, no. Are we remembering how everything went really wrong eventually?
Well, all I'm saying is that on the list of crimes, attempting to steal a police car may not be nearly as bad as actively stealing a policeman.
Yeah.
Or putting an unconscious person in a box.
Actually, check the laws in Toranna, not a crime.
Probably not, actually. It's probably not, actually.
And on that morally ambiguous note.
Anyway, so where we left off was everybody finally back together. Nobody's still in a box, although still particular feelings about being put into said box. And Levi went in to go fight a basilisk because he's kind of had it up to here with all the bullshit.
It just doesn't like labels. Don't put them in a box.
Fair. Don't put them in a box. Don't you put it in a box. That is going to be the new theme song for this entire game. If you've never seen the Don't You Put It in Your Mouth commercial, that is very Canadian. Go Google it. It is the joy of... It'll give you nightmares.
What is this show?
The show is 8 to 10 p.m. on a Tuesday, sir.
And barely
it's
that.
Canadian anime. It's fine. That's what happened last time. If you missed it, that is a very terrible recap, but that is more or less what went down. At least so nobody else is in boxes. Levi, you've entered the warehouse where there is a basilisk.
There is. It looked me in the face.
And everybody else is watching you from a mirror, from a window up above.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to
do? What does the basilisk do? Is it just hanging out?
It has been it's been in front of the portal, actually. So you see the big mirror that leans up against the one wall, and it's been pacing as much, it's slithering really more so than anything else, in front of it. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just going in guns a-blazing?
I don't think either, right? Like, I think we said the door was open. So what do I want to do? I want to read a bad situation. I want to see what's going on. What is this guy doing? What's he about? How you living, Biggie Smalls? You know.
Roll plus sharp, please.
Sure. 13.
Damn. Okay.
I know all the things. I see into the future.
Everything. Yeah, so on a 10 plus hold 3, but on a 12 plus, you can ask the keeper any question you want about the situation, not just the listed ones.
Dope. One question? Any one question? Oh, yeah,
I think we just said it's just one question, but
cool.
It can be anything. Or if you want, I'll let you do either or, and you can do 3 of the ones that are listed. So what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? I.e. your face.
Is there an obvious weak spot?
Okay. Is there an obvious... We can even just say, is there a weak spot? Because I think you can be that plain about asking this, because I will answer anything on this one. With this creature, you notice that just staring at it intently for a moment, the eyes are going to be the weakest point for them. You know that if you do any damage to that, if you blind it, it's going to seriously impact, 1, vision, but 2, its ability to really act or know, or it's going to kill an entire sense for them. And that is going to be the softest, squishiest bit, considering this thing is 15 feet tall with large scales winging back, angry red eyes. So those red eyes is more or less your target.
Dope. Can I try to do something dumb?
Obviously, by all means.
Those are my favorite things to do.
That is why we're here tonight.
I wish you would.
I would love you to do that.
I want to do magic at it.
Okay.
Yeah. However, given my new knowledge, I don't want to light it on fire because that's too obvious, and I'm no one-trick pony. I have at least 2 tricks. One was a dog. I want to open both of my hands. You didn't see the dog? Jules, there was a dog. Anyway, I am holding this black fire in both of my hands, and I want to like clap it together. And what I want to happen is it makes like a bright flare of light, as if to blind this thing, at least temporarily. But let's see what happens based on my terrible rolls.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Let's see.
Roll your weird.
9. That's not terrible.
Flame.
9 is not terrible.
I didn't light on fire, so...
It works imperfectly.
Uh-huh.
We're going to choose an effect and a glitch.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to say that... you know what? I do one thing that is beyond human limitations. I'm willing to say that you can then create a light that is bright enough to at least temporarily blind this thing.
Sure.
It's going to blind you.
I was going to say, if you want to make the glitch, I am also blinded. Because I didn't look away. I looked right into the fucking...
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. You are also... Problematic side effect is you're also blind.
As I went, watch this, guys. Oh, no.
You forgot your sunglasses.
Yeah. So
it's like the magical element of throwing the flashbang into the door frame. Like, is that where we're at here?
So everyone watches a salty Levi walk in, look at the monster, and then produce flames, and then just smash them together and make like a bright sunburst. And then when it clears, you just see him like, son of a goddamn, this is goggles.
And you hear a shrieking noise that comes from this creature as well, in pain, and the only other thing that you can hear at this point is it thrashing about. It can't see, and so it's whipping its body around. It knocks a couple of crates over. And you can hear that happening, but you can't see it. What is everybody else doing?
Are we in the building right now?
No, you are just outside.
Yeah, we were still walking in.
You
I'm
guys
still
were
arm in arm
just
with Kit.
outside. Yeah. You had been outside. At least Lockie had been seeing through a window because he went to go look at that out the window. Look through the window into the building to see if they could get a good vantage point on where the basilisk was. And what you saw instead was Levi.
Okay.
And what you've now seen is the bright as hell light shine in everyone's face.
Yep.
Even Jules and Kit, you would have seen a bright flash that would have grabbed your attention through just even the windows on the building.
I have a feeling that Kit and Jules both look at each other at the same time and say, "God damn it, Levi."
Literally, you probably say, "God damn it, Levi." Jules is just like in their best Ren from Ren and Stimpy, just like, "You idiot."
And scramble towards the blast of light.
Move with a quickened pace at the very least. Yeah.
Bamfs to Levi and
Okay.
then like pushes him out of the way. Like I'm gonna go for a protect-ish kind of role thing.
Okay, so you're gonna bam Finn. That's fine. You're going in to try to protect him?
Yes.
Can you roll plus tough for me?
I can do well. Sorry, I can roll it.
Yes. Whether or not you can actually do it is a whole other
Right.
story, and we'll get to that point.
Okay, actually, that's pretty good.
You can. Okay. So we're gonna go with this. So on 10 plus, I'm gonna say all impending danger is now focused on you.
Sure.
That sound like your intended effect here?
That sounded like the point. Yes.
Perfect. Levi, you can feel. What specifically do you do, Lockie, actually, to try to protect Levi in this case?
I think Lockie like bamfs in and then like pulls his coat aside and lets the I guess panther thing come out and has it drag Levi backwards while he's sort of like shielding him.
Okay. So you, Levi, feel this tug of something pulling on you to get you out of the way as you are frantically dealing with the fact that you can't see it right now.
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. What do you guys do next?
I'm gonna say, or that was, I don't know who that was directed at.
Whoever you guys are working your way inside Jules and Kit. I'm gonna say you guys are probably at the door by the time you see Lockie, Bamfin, and have Panther at this point start to pull back Levi. Levi, what are you're like probably trying to figure out why you can't see?
I mean, I think he knows why he can't see because he's not the brightest bulb in the box, except for right this second.
He was the brightest bulb.
Yeah, and then I think he's just like, once he gets pulled away, he's just trying to like make sure he's stable and doesn't bump into anything. So you just see him kind of like waving his hands around, making sure he doesn't walk into anything.
And that's what you see as you get in there, Jules.
As we're heading into the building, am I getting anything from the cards that are in my pocket of my jacket? Any feeling, anything like that?
No.
Nothing? So,
Nothing.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just head in. Just head in. I was going to say that I was going to go ahead and prep a weapon, but I don't necessarily know that I know what we're facing, so I don't want to just pull out the rings and realize that I'm going to need something bigger than that.
It's fair. That's fair. Kit, are you doing anything are you and Jules still arm in arm on this one as you enter?
That seems like tricky to be running arm in arm, but I think we're like busting through the door right next to each other. Kit is charging up some jinx magic, encouraging coincidences to occur the way that they want. So I'm gonna roll with weird in order to get some hold.
Okay.
Yes, I got a 10, so I got 2 hold.
Excellent. Perfect.
So lucky things. The air is charged with luckiness.
Lucky for you.
Yes.
Excellent. So, okay, cool. And then you'll be able to figure out how you want to spend those holds, but we'll get into that. You right now are focusing on your hexes. What does it look like when you're trying? Does it look like anything particular? Or are you just intently thinking on it?
No, just like taking in the situation and intently like wishing that everything went well.
You're doing that like enter in cold stare as you analyze the situation.
Yes.
I love it. Lockie, Levi, what are you guys doing? I know, Levi, you're trying to stabilize yourself. Unless you're going to do something else right now.
If he hears people move in, which it sounds like he does,
yes,
he just sort of shouts out like too aggressively, right? He's just like, "Go for its damn eyes!" As he moves it like he can't see either.
Yeah.
Jules is just going to shout, "Did it do that or did you do that?"
I did it, obviously. Just stab it in its eyeballs.
God, I could punch you right now and you wouldn't even see it coming.
I can hear you. I can hear it.
You didn't hear it when you could see it.
Shut up. Just punch it in its eyes. Not me.
Lockie is thinking about how several coordinated squads of highly trained people could fight this basilisk, and here he is with this group. And is like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. So I think it's angry stab other doggo o'clock. Probably once the panther has pulled Levi out of the way, just lets the like skinny lean doggo out.
Okay.
To attempt to punch. We'll find out if that works or not.
Okay.
It has not.
Yeah, I was going to say, historically, you've had a rough go with that one.
That's true. I've significantly done better when like Lockie's just decided to punch something. Speaking of which,
oof! Yikes!
All right, so I'm a mark
experience. Is this going to be another one where we hit like both ends of the spectrum quite a bit?
I don't know. At any range, I am catching up to Kit. So.
I could use a +1 forward. I could use one of my
honking up to a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
uncheck this.
I wanted them to help a hunter, giving them +1 forward. Okay.
Yes. So some lucky energy manages to twist things in your favor at the last moment.
It makes sense, right? Like I'm gonna do a thing and it's probably not gonna end well, but like the basilisk is focused on me anyway, so that's acceptable.
What is the how are you trying to get your angry doggo to attack?
It's just like, so it is a fast doggo, so it's one of it's like a angry murder weasel, I think is probably the closest thing, I think. Okay. So it's probably like bounds up, pops a squat on like like one of those like warehouse pallet shelf things, and then springs up for its eyes, because Levi said eyes and Lockie's like, yes, I actually know that, thank you.
Also in the future you could have just said ferret. That's a murder weasel.
Yeah, like an angry ferret.
Cool.
Angry ferret knife dog. And so it's just gonna go for the eyes.
That's the best fucking band name.
Yeah, angry murder weasel. Yeah, no, we're coming up with all the band names here. Excellent. So it jumps off, and it looks for a second as though the tail of the basilisk is about to actually slam it out of commission, but there's some kind of weird energy in the air that, at this point does come from Kit, allowing the tail just jerking midair so it doesn't actually finish its full swing as it violently, blindingly goes in just as it flails about. And it stops it from actually hitting your angry ferret weasel. I'm just going to keep calling it different names. It's going to be fine. And it jumps in and does land a harm on the creature. However, it's not as strong as it could have been. It's not, I'm going to say the effect is weakened based on the 7. It's not as, it gets close to the eyes, but it's not quite in the eyes like you were intending.
Seems reasonable.
And so it's close. It definitely does damage, but it's not the same impact that you were hoping for. Awesome. All right. It's blind and therefore just going to keep flailing and attacking anything it is nearby. Lockie. because it knows it's after you. And I think it would have a smell on you because of who you are, where you're from. It would have picked up and put 2 and 2 together.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Can you do me... Can you roll for me Act Under Pressure, please?
Which one is that? Is that
Plus cool?
Cool.
I try to use like the words in the game to like make it, you know, I'm actually doing things with that.
That's reasonable. I just don't remember what they are right now.
That's fair.
So,
okay.
Evidently really good at my own acting under pressure roll. 7.
7. So 7 and 9, you get a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. Either, I'm going to give you kind of a choice here. In this, as it flails towards you, just angry flailing, either you can take 1 harm, or your angry murder ferret is going to get knocked out of commission for a round.
I will happily take a harm.
Okay.
Is that 1 harm post armor or pre armor?
Because you got
Because I have
soaked,
1
don't
harm
you?
armor. I got soaked.
It is post armor.
Okay.
You're taking her.
Cool.
Because otherwise you could have had your ferret come back and protect.
Fair.
But okay.
No. That ferret has no it is straight murder.
It is just murder. Okay. Excellent. With that, you feel this, as you've been trying to protect Levi and make sure he stays out of harm's way, you know what this creature is able to do as you feel the tail with these serrated blades that seem to fin out from it just slash across you. I would say actually probably tearing off your other sleeve, so now you are at least balanced. You're welcome.
Sweet, we've gone from like edgy anime protagonist to sleeveless vest edgy anime protagonist. I'm cool, done, sold.
GM, on a scale of 1 to 10, how buff is Lockie?
I think that's a Lockie question. Lockie, on a scale of 1 to 10, how buff is he?
Hella buff.
Surprisingly, probably is where we're at. But
so
also,
a solid 7.
I was thinking
a solid 8. No, like a solid 8 or 9, actually. Yeah,
Like
but it's
good goddamn.
It's like less like bodybuilder buff than it is like lean, like distance runner and like endurance buff. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
So Peter
Important
Phelps.
questions. I understand.
Aki's like, I would like to go back to the other world with our bones over my arms. Thank you.
It's cold here.
That's fair. I mean, not wrong. Who wants to go?
Levi's still kind of stumbling around. He just shouts in a direction as if Jules was there. And he says, "Jules, are you punching or shooting?"
Probably punching, man. I don't want to go near that thing. Or no, I'm sorry, shooting.
What?
Jesus.
Wait, are you punching or shooting?
Shooting.
Shooting. Okay, great. Give me your gun. Bring it. Don't throw it. Bring it. Come here. And he has no idea where you are, so he's yelling at full volume.
I'm gonna kind of just glance at Kit before I like take off, like kind of give like the "Are you okay if I go?" glance, and then just start to move towards Levi quickly.
Give the blind man the gun.
Once you get there, he's just annoyingly trying to grab at your hands where your gun is. And
Jules is gonna approach him like hands out.
Yeah,
just like...
and he's just like he got the up to the wrist. He's I got it, and I'm going to use magic on the gun to make the gun also magic.
Are we talking about my handgun, or are we talking about my arm cannon?
I assume your handgun, whatever you have in you are handing to me.
Okay, so the handgun, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm going to use magic to give you a +1 harm and plus magic on that thing.
Ooh.
I hope.
I was gonna say, you still gotta roll high.
Holy shit!
What on earth is with you today with these rolls? Okay.
Super magic gun.
Holy motherfuck, it's the ice cream truck.
Yeah, okay.
Kids.
Magic, okay, so you wanted to give it to +1 harm and plus magic.
Yes,
So
that's one of the
get this
normal
weapon.
abilities. So I get to pick a second ability? Second effect?
I'm gonna say let's do an added benefits.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there something else that you would find that would work for this? I'm happy to get creative with this too.
I mean, I don't know. That's like a super double whammy crit. That's like the most numbers you can roll. Can one bullet, just one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Just give her. You know what? That's what we'll do. So one bullet is somehow monster seeking, so it gives her +1 forward.
Sure. Perfect.
So you have +1 forward and you have +1 forward. I don't know how long it lasts, but you have +1 forward once, and then you have +1 harm on that weapon until I guess the scene's over, and it does magic damage. So
You just said a lot of words, and we're going to come back to that when I actually have to do something, so someone can explain it to me. But we're good.
It's okay. You're just
done.
gonna add stuff to it. It's gonna be fine.
Fucking awesome.
Cool.
I'm into it.
Do you want to do anything right now with that, Jules?
I'm just gonna like look to Levi and be like, "You said to aim for the eyes."
yeah.
Okay. Is this the thing still currently flailing around and like kind of more engaged with Lockie?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna try and scooch over to somewhere where I can get, so that if it's kind of, I don't know, perpendicular to where Lockie is at, just so that I can still have like vision on this thing and aim at it, but that so it's distracted with him and isn't hopefully noticing me as I skulk.
Perfect. Yeah, you can. Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, and then once I get into a spot, we'll go from there. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Perfect. Kit, what are you up to?
Kit moves over towards Levi and like takes hold of his hands and like moves him out of the way and is kind of interposing to protectively be like between him and the creature, because he's just like flailing his hands blindly around right now.
And they redo that scene from Ghost, whatever.
But he has no idea where you're leading him, so like he lets you. That's perfect. Bring me right up to the monster, like as close as I can get, so I can hit it with my fire hands.
You're gonna get us all. Don't do fire hands.
He's just touching a wall.
Just bring me to the monster. Like I'll figure it out.
He's actually touching a box right now, and he's like tempted. Little flames are flickering out, leaving these blackened handprints actually on the wooden boxes.
Perfect.
As you are trying to take him to, I don't know where you're trying to take him, Kit, but that's what he's thinking he's doing. So
date, hopefully.
You keep hoping. I thought you were angry after last session.
I'm angry at everyone.
Fair.
There is like a bit of erotic subtext to the hand touching.
There has been this entire game.
As we were talking about before the stream happened, there's always an erotic subtext.
Yes, hand.
I don't like a
True
sack of
symbol of
bricks.
filthy degeneracy.
Welcome to Monster Hearts. I mean Monster of the Week. I keep forgetting which game we're playing.
No, it's Monster Hearts
Monster
of the Week.
Hearts of the Week.
We've
Fair,
merged
fair.
them.
Y'all are about as subtle as the volleyball scene from Top Gun.
What do you mean? That was such a cishet scene. It was great.
Kit, aside
sensual.
creating subtext, what are you doing?
That's it. That's what Keith does.
Creating subtext is a free action.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Well,
might make
in
you
that
roll
case-
weird if you're gonna keep
Can I do some more Jinx
Yeah, sure.
holds? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going with that since my shooting didn't go so great last time.
What are you talking about? You don't really feel like shooting again?
It's gonna go great, you guys.
So I get to hold 2 over you to be used in the same way.
Well, you literally can't do anything about that. That's hysterical.
Outside you gain
Oof.
experience.
I do gain experience. I almost leveled up, y'all.
Again?
Again. Oh, one away.
Kit is gonna be incredibly powerful by the end of this, but also still rolling bad.
For being like a character entirely based around the idea of just like lucky coincidences happening, I certainly have awful luck.
Hey, listen. You just said luck. Didn't say good or bad. You
That's
have
true.
bad.
That's fair. Wonderful. So that's everybody. I think. Unless Lockie, what are you up to, Lockie?
I think Lockie heard the currently blind one go, "Give me your gun," and is like,
Excuse?
Followed by just like that. Move me to the monster.
yeah, just like,
You hear the blind one saying some crazy stuff.
yep. And Lockie's just like, I was gonna get closer, but in fact, no, I am not. And I think it's back to Doggo because getting close sounds like a pain.
That's fair. Roll still for your magic here.
Yep.
Weird.
Okay.
Cool. What exactly are you trying to have it do?
Same thing as before. Just like this is just going for the eyes o'clock.
Going for the eyes o'clock. Cool.
Yep.
So it's going to bound up again. It does this thing where it keeps bouncing between the different crates that are around it in an attempt to both maneuver away from the large, sharp, pointy teeth that are also trying to simultaneously chomp down on whatever the hell is biting it, as one would do. And yeah, so I'm going to go with it. It still keeps just missing at the eyes. It's still doing damage to it, but it's not getting that weak spot. It's just clamping down on parts of its face or its neck. I don't know enough parts of a snake, but we're going to go with those are real parts.
All right, so somewhere between like X long swiggly part and X long swiggly part. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only three parts. The part you boop, the neck, and the tail.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And the part where the danger kisses happen.
You are real close to that danger kiss zone. Let me tell you.
Lord.
Right into the danger kiss zone is now the new song. Anyways.
Highway to the danger kiss zone.
Yes. Wonderful. Speaking of this, Nope Rope is going to continue after Lockie.
Danger Noodle. No.
Danger Noodle is going. I don't know what today's session is, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a week and it's only a Tuesday. And so
Yup.
we're going to get weirder with the descriptions.
From your lips to God's ears.
Happen.
I'm just saying.
Lockie, can you roll another plus cool so I can get a pressure on this one?
I absolutely can.
It's back to still trying to slash at you with its tail. There you go.
Good.
You have...
It's like a whole lot of success.
That actually is. And so
It is.
that actually is success. It's exciting. So proud of you. You are getting used to what this creature is doing. So despite the fact that there are these other distractions around you between, Levi's frantic noises and talking, which is worrying
That's
you on
just
other
Levi.
levels. It's just Levi, but
Yep.
Levi in general worries you on other levels. So as well as you're getting a feel for how this creature is attacking in its lashing out. And you're feeling like, okay, no, I see where it's coming and I can finally start to avoid it. So, which is exciting. Who's trying to make anything happen against this creature?
I want to shoot it.
Okay. Kick some ass, roll some tough.
So when you roll, the window that
We'll
pops
add a
up,
+1.
yeah, when that window pops up on the screen, hit 1 in there and then hit OK. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it comes out with nothing
want to
again.
kick some ass. Oh, dear.
That'll still do something. Because that's on a 7+.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you are still going to inflict harm, but it's also going to come back and inflict harm on you.
All right.
All right.
So she inflicts, or they inflict 2 harm.
They do inflict 2 harm, and it's magical harm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say you are probably aiming for the eyes on this one too, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Like my depending on, I'm imagining that I'm kind of like off to the side of it, and Jules is hoping to do that movie move of just hitting it in this eye, and then it travels through and just out the other one.
The anime eye scar. Got it.
Yeah, we're going full blown Tetsuo here, folks.
Not surprised in the slightest. So you take aim, shoot at it, and it does hit. It doesn't go through, but it does actually hit the corner of its eye, impacting it. And you see this flare of damage, further blinding it in that one eye. Because in another round, both Levi and this snake creature were about to gain some vision back, at least. Not so much anymore with him. That said, though, the crate that you've been hiding behind gets in its creature's pain. It flails even stronger. No longer aiming for Lockie, it goes and hits this crate that's nearby you, smashing it into you. You take 1 harm, but do you have soak? Do you have armor?
I have soak.
No, not you, Lockie.
not
I'm
me.
talking about
Sorry,
Jules.
I don't think I do.
Let's find out. I have no idea. Nope. You have 1 armor.
Okay.
So that'll actually manage that'll absorb the basically the box hitting you.
Okay.
So you're good.
Okay.
Because you have protective wear suited to your look. However that looks. How does that look?
God, I
know.
I would say that Jules basically has a binder that doubles as like a like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, that's actually, I love that. That's pretty great. And so that takes the brunt of the attack for you. Knocking you off your feet a little bit. You manage to steady yourself, but you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Who else is trying to hit this thing?
Did I hear something about regaining sight?
Yes, Levi, you've got your sight back. This creature will have sight back in one of its 2 eyes.
Great. Levi is still equally dramatic, and he shouts a very famous quote, "I'm sick of these motherfrickin' snakes on this motherfrickin' plane of existence!" And then he launches fireballs at
you are so extra.
I'm
not
even
Levi.
I hate it so much.
You are welcome. And I'm shooting
Hi, everybody.
a barrage.
Welcome to unMadeGaming. We're going to start a drinking game where when Mike is extra, you take a shot.
You'll die.
You're going to be dead within an hour.
You'll straight up die. I am going to shoot a barrage of tiny fireballs at this stupid snake.
Okay.
With a 13! Suck it, snake
Jesus.
boy!
This thing loves you.
That's
today.
why I'm level 1 still, because I can't not hit. Humble brag. I guess I don't know how this works. I'm bad at this game.
You're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing
both
something.
very good and bad at this game. I gain no abilities, but I shoot all the things with fire.
You know what? Fire is great. Fire is good. Fire is going to do some stuff.
I am going to ignore armor on this thing. I don't know if it has armor, but I'm going to ignore it. So it's going to take 3 harm.
Okay, excellent. I love it.
Stupid snake.
Stupid nope rope? You don't like the nope rope?
And now Levi is Super Saiyan.
Is his hair up and golden and everything? Because otherwise I'm going to be very disappointed.
I mean, he does have long hair, so, like, I mean, with a 13, yeah, I think that's what, right?
It's just doing the slow
We hadn't
we
hadn't touched Dragon Ball Z enough yet, so we really needed to bring that back.
So on a 12 plus with magic, you get an extra ability, and that's what it is. His hair just like...
Just your hair changing. I'm so glad.
Oh.
And by so glad, I mean I'm leaving. Goodbye, good night. I don't have enough alcohol to keep up with my own game at this point.
Welcome.
All right, all we need to do is toss
I
the
did
Jones
actually make
reference, and
this
we've
game.
hit every single thing.
We have hit a lot of references. That is not the game.
And
There
yet
goes
still
the
not
bingo
enough.
card. Should have made a bingo card. Anyways, yes. Somebody else, please go.
Someone needs to take that away from you.
We're gonna put you in a
Clap your
timeout very
hands.
shortly. Who else is going?
I'm actually going to do
please
it.
go.
There's going to be an episode of this on Friday where it's just me doing this for the whole 2 hours.
Perfect. We'll get the bingo card ready.
Beautiful. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that once that thing has hit this box, I'm gonna kind of scramble to go back towards like Kit and Levi, and just like get away from it, and like maybe like see if I can hit it again, and kind of almost go closer to Lockie now, like to try and kind of like try and hit it from try and hit the other eye, basically, like keep around.
Yeah, you got the one. Try to go for the other one, basically. So roll plus tough again.
Oh my god, gotta do this stuff. Yeah. Am I still rolling with that +1?
No, you will get +1 to your harm, to the harm then, though. Because that was only for one time because it was extra magic because he had rolled a 14 or some stupid bullshit.
Cool. Ooh.
Not that you fucking needed it. So, sorry.
I could do.
Thank goodness I don't approve it swearing on this stream. So on a 12, so okay, you are kicking some ass. I'm assuming you're trying to inflict terrible harm, but also, do you want to go with, because on a 12 plus you get to pick an enhanced effect. Do you want your attack inflicts double the normal harm? Do you want to go with that?
Sure.
Because I think that's probably what you're really trying. So I'm going to say, like, it is quite literally bullseye on this one. You clean through, hit this creature, because you normally do 2 harm on your gun, plus the 1 extra harm from Levi earlier. It's all magical. And in this case, double the harm is 6 harm. That's a lot of freaking harm.
As like, I imagine this is kind of happening as Jules is like running back over towards everybody and kind of like running past Kit and Levi. And as they go past Kit and Levi and start heading to Lockie and like kind of take the shot, you just hear Jules kind of loudly, but almost to themselves at the same time say, "Let's hope I get the teddy bear."
Amazing.
Yay!
As you are again the whole teddy bear on this one.
I get the full bear.
You get the full bear.
That means something different if you go to certain places.
I'm aware. This became a whole other stream tonight, fam. I'm really sorry.
Yep.
And also, you're welcome. So you take aim, hoping for that good, sweet shot, and you manage to bullseye right through that other eye, and like you wanted to do previously with it going through the skull, you see a spray of blood out the back of its head as this loud roar erupts from out of its mouth, and it collapses to the ground. The red eyes, now red for, I guess, other reasons, because they're pouring out with blood. And so the creature just falling to the ground, a heavy thud as it slams and is motionless.
I did it! Holy shit! I did it!
Great shot, Jules.
Thanks! We wanted to do that, right? We wanted that to not be a thing anymore, right? We didn't want to just trap it. We were trying to kill it, right?
I mean, we wanted to leave it alone, but Levi kind of took that into his own hands.
Well, yeah, because, Dick in the Mouth Boy over here decided that he was going to...
Okay, listen. 2 out of the 3 monsters that have appeared in Toranna, all of you guys were like, let's go hunt monsters. And the one time I lose it, I'm like, fuck it, we're killing this dumb thing. Now it's my fault? Now I'm the fucking psychopath?
Oh, you mean, fuck it, I'm killing this thing by myself, but actually I'm just gonna blind myself and have everyone come save me.
I don't know what Lockie did at all, because I didn't see any of it, but I'm pretty sure I shot it with fire and made her gun magical. So, you just wandered around with me blind. I don't even know what you did. Damn it. That's 2 monsters I basically killed. 3 monsters! Well, I guess I killed the one twice.
Hey, Levi?
Yeah.
You lit a building on fire.
I put it out.
No one's forgot about that.
I put it out. The building's fine.
You put Kit in a box.
No. I suggested it, and Lockie put him in a box.
Maybe next time we put you in a box before we get into a situation like this again.
Or in the box?
Just we're dealing with some really, I know that you seem to have some magical stuff going on. So does Lockie, so does Kit. I don't have anything like that happening. There's these things that are coming into our world, and it's kind of a big deal. Maybe don't wander off from the people that can help. I know that you're kind of in a pissy mood, but shit like this happens, and then we still have to come in and help you. So it doesn't make sense for you to just storm off, okay?
I'm not always in a pissy mood. Shut up, Kit. Just right now.
Okay.
I guess. Now what? I have to kill Lockie, and I don't want to. Welcome to the team, Kit. I have to kill Lockie.
What?
Yeah, it's long story short, I have to kill Lockie. He seems okay. I'm trying not to do that. We're trying to find a workaround.
Well, shit, I just played a weird game of tic-tac-toe.
What?
Nobody told me to kill anybody.
Is that what you did in the box? And that's what you're bitching about?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Well, I mean, there was other stuff too. I don't know, maybe I'm not a human or something.
Either way, you got the nice end of that stick.
Look, we all got problems, all right, Levi? This is an easy thing to take.
Tic-tac-toe? Did you lose? Maybe go fish next time. God.
So
it wasn't really clear whether I lost. I kind of just took control of that situation and said I won.
I don't think that's how that game works.
It's a stupid game anyway.
Lockie, you...
yeah, Lockie, what do you have any idea what we should do now? Do you know what it was doing here?
So Lockie has this entire time not been paying attention to literally anything anybody was saying.
Perfect.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah, and has spent most of the time sort of like kicking the dead basilisk a little disbelievingly.
For the record, Steve has climbed his way out of your pocket and is just like running around the body
Steve.
of the snake.
It's like, I did it!
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Steve somehow thinks that he did it and is very excited about this.
Yeah, Lockie has just been like sort of nudging the basilisk. And then as like the conversation winds down behind him, it's just like, huh, that's some prophecy shit right there. And it looks up and goes, so this particular anomaly has wounded and or straight up killed a number of squads back home. And I am currently wrapping my head around the fact that a gun enchanted by magic by a blind man just killed it. So give me a second.
Look, man, we already kind of all think you're bad at your job.
Just give it just pause. Just pause. Thank you.
He ties his hair back up from when it was all wavy.
All the loose strands back
Yeah,
up in.
you gotta put it back
Yeah.
in a man bun.
From Super Saiyan to man bun.
Miyazaki motherfucker over there.
Reaches for the hair tie. It is currently smoldering.
Well, it was trying to bring stuff into the mirror world. It brought me in. Was looking for things in our world to bring back.
Does that sound like something I recognize from it doing? Is that like a thing that has ever been reported it's been doing before?
Considering in your experience, anomalies don't normally cross over, period.
Yeah.
So the fact that this one seemed to be taking things in, bringing things in,
That's weird.
seems very suspect.
Okay. No, yeah, that's not how that usually works at all.
But was it taking things because it wanted to, like, you know, in like children's.
Was it taking things or was it taking Kit?
Well, it took me, and then when we got back here, it was looking around for more stuff to take, more people to take, perhaps, or maybe it is just looking for me. I am like in that prophecy and everything.
So it's not like in a kid's book when like a dragon or something has like a horde. Like it wasn't just taking stuff to bring back to like have as trinkets. It was trying to. Is there significance to any of the stuff it was trying to bring over?
Well, it was looking for defenseless people trapped inside of a box, I think. Easy targets, perhaps.
Defenseless prophecy people.
That savors strongly of bitterness.
The tea is bitter.
Regardless, it means that something is targeting you. Whether it's the basilisk or something else, I don't know.
Do you is that thing Do you know who would have sent that thing over here, or is that thing kind of like a wild thing that roamed on its own?
My experience says the latter, but I've also never seen an anomaly target a person from this world before. So, but I can't think of anything that controls them necessarily. They're usually pretty autonomous-ish, from what we've known.
So, Kate, you said that this thing took you, and that you went and played tic-tac-toe and found out that you might not actually be a human. So does that have anything to do this? Oh man. And Jules is just gonna sit down. And for the first time, just kind of it seems like the reality of everything, of the non-reality of this reality, is just finally starting to like really catch up and like hit them, and they're just kind of just trying to process.
Yeah, it was one of those sand people.
Was it Remy?
I did see Remy.
Are they okay? Did they seem okay?
I mean, as okay as those sand people can be, I guess. They asked about you, though.
What'd they say?
Just to make sure that you're okay.
That's from me. So what do we do next?
What do you guys do next? For the first time in a while, you are sitting, a dead anomaly on the floor. Nothing to immediately run to. No one's unconscious. No one has been kidnapped.
Well, what do we always do in this situation? But Kit goes and looks in a mirror. But under the pretense of like adjusting after this intense battle.
One of these days, I just want Kit to be like, well, to advance the plot, I look in the mirror, and the mirror just holds up 2 middle fingers and walks away. That's what I want.
That would be pretty great.
Just disappears off screen.
This is the most like genre-aware character, meta character. It's just like Keith is puppeteering this weird,
That's good.
disconnected character. Yes. Kit in a tizzy of all the dust and explosions and whatnot goes to adjust in the mirror. There were mirrors in this, like there was the one that like led into the mirror world, right? Specifically,
wasn't it specifically guarding a mirror, or was it guarding a portal?
But well, the mirrors are portals, so
okay.
It's both.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You see that one's there. You've been through it. You've been in it before.
Yeah, Kit approaches it because I think this is also like a contemplative thing of looking into the mirror world and seeking something inside themselves and inside the mirror. But really, that means Keith is is using premonitions. So
okay,
I'm
you're gonna use that. Okay.
I am.
Awesome.
Yes, and I rolled a 10.
God, I was with you guys today on your rolls.
I already failed a couple today, so.
No, it's true. No, yeah, you've put in your failures and whatnot here.
Yeah, so I get a detailed vision of something bad that is yet to happen and get a +1 forward to prevent it from coming true.
Yes, you do. Excellent. So you, as per usual, pull open your pocket mirror. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm looking in the portal mirror.
Oh, we're going with that one, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's a soul seeking thing. After learning this new information and being like, what is in this other place? What am I? What is this place? What is real?
What is real? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Guys, I will start singing.
Take it away.
Tune in next week for our musical episode. I mean, what? I'm not actually going to do that.
That's pretty traditional Buffy.
Dangerous.
Though, so.
I know it is.
Yes.
I finally got the
Hit. Oh, God. I'm going to watch that episode after this. Hit, you lose yourself in this mirror as everybody's... You guys have only really known each other a few days, but you're really used to Kit with these premonitions, man. You know their body stance from even looking at them from behind at this point.
Every episode.
Like clockwork. And so your vision this time is, so it is very clear. It is in the same stills of black and gray, and this is probably one of the more concise visions you've had yet. Most of your visions have had this figure, this person, waft through them. You've never really caught a clear glimpse of them. And this time you are. This time you are seeing, you're seeing the back of them. You see the back of them and they are facing somebody. They are facing somebody that looks like the daemons that you've come to know, like Loki's people. The people with the bones on the outside. And you see the back of this person who has always been in your premonitions facing them head on. Beside them, you see someone else. You see the shrouded, clouded, shadowy figure known as Orono, facing towards someone who, at first glance, they're angelic. White wings, a white shroud over them, draped in white robes, their eyes covered with a white fabric, similar to how Orono's eyes were covered in a black fabric. And it shifts for 2 seconds in your vision, and instead it goes from this pure white strictly to an all black, with the horns coming through their shawl and these wings going from the angelic look to leathery, bony, skeletal. And then it shifts right back to the angel form. Wondering for a moment if you actually saw that shift happen. But Orono is facing this angelic figure, while this person that you've come to know through your visions for your entire life is standing there in front of a daemon. The daemon themselves, it's hard to make out most really intricate details to them, but you notice that they have white hair that comes across their face, the skull mask creeping over top, but it looks as if they've been gagged, like they're unable to speak, as they're covered in the usual black leather armor of a daemon. This is just really, really anime. Okay, guys.
You did this to yourself.
I know. I only have myself to blame.
That our theme song?
Yeah.
Much.
It's the ending credits. It's the sad ending
The
credits.
sad anime ending.
Sad ending credits. Perfect.
Remind me to tell you stuff about anime ending and opening credits when we're done.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Looking forward to it.
Did I get the feeling that this Orono was like... What was the posture between them? Were they like in cahoots, or was this like that she was going to punish him, or
standoff versus? It was the same case in both respects too, in both of the parallel pairings. It felt as though they were two opposing forces against each other, about to face off against each other. What you can tell about the rest of the space that these creatures are within is it's mirror world, but it feels different somehow. This feels like a kind of battleground And it's hard to say because you've never been to wherever this space is before. This doesn't translate to a space that you know in real world Toranna like it often does. It feels like an in-between space. And that's what you gather.
Kit grabs the sketchbook and starts drawing.
Which sketchbook do you grab? Do you grab your normal? Because remember, when you woke up in the box, the one last thing that you had asked for from Orono was a way to communicate.
Oh, right.
And so you got a second sketch pad with a set of charcoal.
I think because of the frantic nature of coming out of the vision, just like open that one up and then pause for a second. It's just like, what does it look like? What is it? How is it different?
So for one, it has all the pages in it are blank. They are this crisp white parchment that has been completely untouched by anything so far. Upon first opening it, though, you see after a beat, words start to appear in that charcoal look that as you guys had done when you were playing tic-tac-toe. And it just says, should you need me, this is a means to contact me. Oh.
Yes. I was actually just thinking that I was going to sign it as X. So that was so perfect. I was like, yes. Yeah, I just am staring at this happening for a moment and then pick up the charcoal, flip to the next page, and then write, I had a vision of you and the bitch lady.
Are you putting with the bitch in like quotations there too?
Yeah, because we even had that exchange talking about her as
that. Found that quite amusing.
And it seemed like a showdown, a thing to come. I don't know.
Is that what you write to them?
I don't know. I'm worried. X. And then leave that sketchbook open. This is all like happening with me, like crisscross applesauce on the floor. And then grab my other sketchbook and start drawing it. The image that I saw of this place in hopes that maybe Lockie or someone could recognize it.
Cool. We're going to say you're doing this to try to help out. So if you can roll plus cool, let's see how good you are able to relay that information through your drawings.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the best way to go about this.
You're right. That is the best way to go about this.
I got a 3.
I feel like every time you've decided to draw something, this is how it goes.
Oh, my luck.
This is pretty great.
Well, at least I had clear visions. I guess that is helpful.
You had a very clear vision. You just can't draw it clearly. I don't know if like your artistic abilities have like regressed over the course of the last few days and now it's just down to stick figures, but like
I'm going to use a luck. I'm going to use a luck. I can't take that insult.
I'm sorry, did my insult to you of your artistic talent make you feel like you needed to use a luck?
I can't take it.
I am an artiste, damn it.
Keith excels at games where you can talk your way out of rolling. It's great.
I mean, yes.
I just hate rolling too.
I think that was hence fate, where we just kept one-upping each other with, here's a reason why I one-up you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna use some luck. Luck. So I got 3 checks of luck on the doom scale. For what it's worth.
You're oh goodness, you are going okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly as you I have but it's
3.
more so when you run out of luck, that's when bad things will happen to you. So you're a few points when you have no luck left, bad things will happen.
Yeah.
How
Well,
much luck have you used?
I've used 3.
Okay.
He's actually used it. I'm like, I
Three,
think most of you
3
guys.
luck, and
Just
I've
one,
gotten
yeah.
9 experience.
You could have had more, because I'm pretty sure every time you've used luck is to like switch your roll. It hasn't been to negate damage.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
You could be at your next level already.
I know, but I'd feel bad.
That's fair. So you are able to very clearly draw this out for everybody. And basically, anybody acting on this will get a +1 forward on it. If you're acting on what you see in your beautiful drawing. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's immaculate. It's actually quite incredible what Kit can do with charcoal. And so thus the scene as I described it to Kit, the 3 of you would be able to, you more or less can pick up the same pieces out of that.
Do I recognize where that is?
Yeah, you do.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Great.
So Lockie, you asides, so kind of the opposing sides of this, you recognize both those people.
Okay.
One of them is clearly Lady Kara.
Yep.
The other one is Naya.
I'm like, I think this is the bitch, and this is the Arroyo, or what was it, Arono, the person I played tic-tac-toe with, the shadow person. I don't know what this place is.
Wait, so is the person that Kit is referencing as Arono, is that Naya to me, or is that something? Wait, hold on.
That's somebody you don't recognize.
Okay, so where? Sorry, can you go over
Hold on
again? Because now I'm
There's
confused.
3 people, right?
Right.
There's 4. No, there's 4 people total.
There's 4. Okay.
I'm gonna use Roll20 to like pinpoint kind of where their positions
Oh,
are.
that would make sense.
Novel
Okay.
concept. I'm aware. How do I draw things again? I'm gonna freehand this. Actually, I'm texting. It's gonna be a text. It's gonna be, not like I'm gonna.
I was like, incoming stick figures. Here we go.
No, it's gonna be.
All right.
Lady, it said
And I'm like, I don't know who these 2. I assume 2 of the people, I don't know who they are.
I mean, yeah, like, technically one of them you've never really known who they are. You just always seen them all your life.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You technically have never. I'm just gonna put them down as TBD because you don't have a name for them.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna select. Anyways, so yeah, so like they're opposing each other in this sort of respect, if that makes any amount of sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is just not staying where I want it to stay, so we're gonna give up temporarily. It's fine.
Okay, cool. General gist, got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you, Lockie, understand the backside.
Okay, I get the backside.
That you all understand, which is funny because Kit understands this entire front zone.
Hey.
And if anybody knows anything about this person, and I point at the TBD, it would be much appreciated since I've been seeing them my whole life.
I hate to keep being this guy, but can we have some context here? You just stared at a window again and then doodled. Like, you know this person, this person you played tic-tac-toe with, which doesn't mean anything to me. And then this is a bitch. I don't know what that means either. And then this person I also don't know. Who are they? Why are they there? Why are they talking? Are they plotting against us? Do we have to kill them?
I don't know. That's why I'm getting help from you guys. I just see the things. You burn the things. I don't ask questions about that.
You literally always... You ask questions like, why are you doing that? And then you yell at me for doing it.
Yeah, I criticize you, but I don't ask how it works.
Why do you do that? That's what you sound like.
You ask me questions all the time. I hate them.
The only questions that Leaf I ever notices Kid asking is, why are you lighting that on fire?
Why are you doing this? Lockie, their bones look like they're not normal in my sense of where bones go. What's up?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be more specific. You've been yelling a lot about bones on the outside
Who
all
are
day.
they? Do I have to light them on fire, or do you have to throw shadow monsters out of your pants or something? What is this?
Do we know where to find them?
Yeah, so where was it exactly?
That's the one thing that even in Kit's drawing doesn't even seem clear to you, Lockie.
Gotcha.
What the area, the space that they describe is not quite the mirror world, but it's not quite this world. If somehow it existed that there was an in-between space, that would be where this is, but it's impossible to say where, like, that doesn't make sense.
Lockie has no idea where this is. John is irritated.
Okay, look.
My job is done.
This one here. this one here. And he points to Lady Care. Who is this? Do we know this person?
Yeah, well, I know that person.
I don't care which one of us knows them.
That's the lady, the bitch, right? With this crazy prophecy that she's messing up.
Something like that, yeah.
When I saw her, she looked all angel-like, and then for a second, she was very devil-like.
Yeah, that's news to you, Lockie. That doesn't track.
What does devil-like mean?
I mean, like horns and bat wings and all black.
I'll say you're able to
anime
sketch
armor.
it out. Okay, you can probably sketch it out, and like you kind of just do it next to where you draw Lady Care and draw the demonic version that you had seen.
Yeah, like this, with like wings like this and anime armor like this.
This looks like Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
Yes. You're like, are you taking liberties on this?
What does she do? Does she shoot lasers out of her eyes? Does she like command a host of bone out people?
That last one was oddly accurate, actually.
It's a host of you? It's a big number.
She is the commander of the entire Daemon army. Yes.
How many is in your army? That's a big sigh. Okay, who's this person? And he points to the tic-tac-toe person. You said that's the one they just play games? What do they do? They told you you're not a person?
They're a sand person. I think they exist in dreams. I get that impression. But also he gave me this cool notebook, and I flip to the front page where he was talking to me, mm-hmm. and he just texted me with it.
What? Okay.
Because he gave me 3 wishes or 3 questions, and I asked him how I could get back in contact with them, and he gave me this. And he wrote this earlier. You guys missed it, but I was watching it being written.
And actually, if you flip to the page that you had actually started writing your new message on, you start to see writing beneath it appear.
Look.
Because what you had said something about had a vision of you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facing off with the lady. With the
bitch lady. There we go.
And it was vision of something to come, and that I'm worried, and that he should take precautions or something.
Mm-hmm. What you see respond back very slowly, as if it's being written out, and that's when it's appearing to you. In the charcoal is be safe, noted, learn the truth.
That's what we got to do, you guys. And I point at it. Learn the truth.
That doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean it doesn't mean anything?
That could mean anything. Learn the truth about what? There's no context. Okay, look, one crazy thing at a time. You have a textbook. Who's this person? And he points to the other known person. Naya, was it?
Naya.
Yeah.
Who's this?
So that's Naya. That was my other squad mate.
What does that
Sava.
mean?
So Sava and Naya and I used to be in the squad.
Uh-huh. Sava was the sassy one that we met before. That was all like, right?
I have a cool spin.
I don't know, Levi. You might as well be describing you.
Burn.
Wait, Sava's the guy that like protected me, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Who's the
Java
Nine.
reigns on.
He was the spear guy, right?
Yes.
We fought
Yes,
the
he
thing.
was.
Yeah, everyone else
Naya
passed out. We kicked
is-
ass.
The one who uses magic
Uh-huh.
that's really similar to yours.
Cool. She wants me to kill you. Right? That's what you said. I borrowed her powers.
That sounds potentially correct. Yes.
But if she serves the lady, then she's probably just trying to get us to kill each other.
Why? But she only wants me to kill you. I can't. Who's this one?
Well, like they got beef or something, right?
Who's this? And he points to the fourth person.
TBD.
This
Yeah.
person, this shadowy figure I've been
No
seeing
idea.
in visions long before any of this mirror world stuff. I saw this person in visions all the time since I was a kid. So that's all I know.
Can we also assume that as Levi is pointing to these people that you are like marking down their names and like their relation to like
Taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
in pencil, like outside of.
Yeah, exactly.
What do? They just appear in your visions and just hang out?
Yeah, usually facing away from me.
What is the point of that? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I feel like often they're holding hands with someone, Natalie, right?
They have been. They have
Or they have
occasionally.
been.
Occasionally, you've seen it. You've never really seen who they're holding hands with, but there's been the idea of connection. That's definitely somewhere there.
Yeah.
You've never seen their face, and even their body is fairly shrouded in. The more that you look at it, the more that you are recognizing it now and focusing on it, you're recognizing that it's similar to that of the Sand People. It almost has that same feel to it. Just of the shadows cloaking them and cloaking their figures, so making it difficult to tell really who they are. But it's always been the same posture, the same stature.
Yeah.
You really like. You would know them from a mile away. You know them like the back of your hand at this point.
Yeah, actually, this seems pretty reasonable. That I flip like into the past pages of my like sketchbook, and there's all these pictures that I've drawn of this figure,
Correct.
and I'm like, look, I saw them, and there's like dates in the corner for each time. Like I saw them here, I saw them in the espresso machine when I stole your watch. I saw them in this.
So you admit you stole it now. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I tried to give it back to you. You didn't want it.
All right. Do we know the dreamy people? Do they do anything, Lockie? What do they... Do you know anything about them?
At this point, probably less than Jules.
Great. Judging by your face, I assume you know nothing, Jules, about them? Not just in general. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean.
I don't, do I? I don't know anything about.
The fact that you learned that Remy was one of these Sand People is fairly new to you. Still, you thought that they were human, and they were human, but they didn't explain it very clearly to you.
Still
what they
having a
were, how it
minor
worked.
existential crisis over that shit, but we're just not going to touch on that right now.
That one's still a lot that you're still unpacking and dealing with and trying to figure out.
Don't have time to
If I
unpack
know
all
we
the
were
time.
going on a trip, I would have packed less.
You don't want that much baggage? No? Okay.
No.
Well, whoops.
No, as long as there's clean underwear, we're good.
Okay, so we have a prophecy that has about us, and we're supposed to do something. And then this person...
Find the truth.
Yeah, okay. And this person, and he points to, what's her, Care. Okay, that one is tied to you. Or, I guess. He points to Lockie. This one, the magic lady, that one's me. The nobody, that's you, unfortunately, Kit. Not to be rude. And the Sand People, what, they have a name? That sounds rude. Anyway, they're tied to Jules. I don't know what that means. Write that down in your book. Text that back and forth.
You up.
If you use this power to slide into our DMs, I swear it's gonna go up in flames.
What are you thinking about?
That's the after dark.
What you wearing?
It's all right. You can just bookmark that conversation for later.
Ooh. Sketch me a nude. What?
I know. Just draws noodles.
Literally.
Draws
paint
the-
me like
draws
one
the
of your French
basilisk.
girls.
I don't understand
noodle.
the
It's a
context
danger noodle.
of this. I'm missing the
What is
context.
this? Squirm worm.
Worm. That is a name for something else entirely.
Oh my. Oh my.
Excellent. So what are you guys doing besides trying to sort this out?
That's it, I think. Just
Just like, what is happening?
sassily trying to sort it out.
We get out the corkboard and the red yarn
Yes,
and
please.
and start
the
tacking
requisite
things up.
Charlie Day face. Yeah.
Just in the warehouse as one does, because why not, right?
Well,
Oh, no.
Lockie, all of these figures, do you know how they interact with one another in any way? Like, there's not like different factions that these things represent, right? Because it seemed like when Kit and I were in that space where Remy kind of showed up, it didn't seem like Remy and whatever the creatures that they are or represent worked with these other people.
There are different factions. The ones that I know about the most are Daemons and Anomalies. The Sand People are generally much more of a mystery. So the fact that you know any of them and or even know one of them is more than I know already.
Is there
I
something?
mean, I've got one on slow dial.
And they gave you a cryptic order, which I've started to understand is probably just par for the course nowadays.
So you were told, and Jules kind of directs their attention to Levi. You were told by someone that used to work with Lockie to kill him?
That's a guess. I mean, yes, I was told by someone to kill Lockie. Lockie thinks that my powers are the same as that person's powers, and that person's missing?
Well, they certainly aren't jealous.
I guess. Maybe they are, and that's why they want him killed.
But, well, Lockie, do you have any idea of why they want you dead?
Probably that whole abandonment
Leaving
Well,
that
yeah, but
aside,
you don't go and necessarily have someone off just because they like abandoned you or like went off and did something.
I mean, there was the bit where I took out an eye. So,
Oh yeah, you failed to mention that.
You took out
well,
like,
I
their
mean, they
eye?
also took, and Lucky points to the scar on their head. So it was a bad day.
Why did you fight?
They were trying to stop me from going through the gate.
Floor down, floor down, floor down,
Why
floor
did
down.
you go through the gate?
Because an anomaly went through the gate, Levi.
Why did they stop you from going through the gate? Isn't that your whole job, was to stop anomalies from going through?
Yeah, did you guys never have like a protocol for what to do if they ever went through? Like you just weren't supposed to go after them?
They just weren't supposed to get through at all. We stopped them most of the time.
But what happens when they do get through? Because it's happening.
It never happened, and that was the problem.
I feel like I'm not the smartest guy in general, but I feel
Oh, good, you admit it.
Shut up. I feel like with the amount of stories about monsters that we have in, I don't know, normal town Canada, like, you guys must suck at your job. Like, there's no way that monsters didn't come through from Monster Town, Canada, to not...
As far as we knew, they didn't. And when I had gone back to mention that one of them had, I was politely rebuffed, is the way I'm going to put it.
So maybe that shit happen all the time, and you guys just swept that shit under the rug.
Yep, thank you. Hadn't got to that point.
Well, I'm glad I could help you arrive there.
Uh-huh.
This is the worst CW show I've ever seen.
You could have just said this is a CW show, and it really would have rounded itself out on that one. No one away.
Okay, so
I hate it so much. I hate that I did that.
So your people are liars that have a false prophecy, or what's her name again? Lady what?
Care.
That sounds ironic. Is she made up the prophecy, or at least the second half of it? Right? That someone said that. It's been a lot. It's been one day.
I think it was you.
Was
I'm
it
pretty
me?
sure it was you. Yeah.
Okay, great. That sounds right. I say a lot of things, but so the prophecy is wrong, and she's lying about it, and also lying about monsters getting through. I mean, that sounds like that's the bad guy. Only because I don't know about anyone else. Also, that one also sounds like a pretty bad guy because they want me to kill you, and you don't seem like that bad of a guy. You're irritating at best, but you don't. I wouldn't kill you over it.
She's got to be bad. Look at this armor. I point at my drawing.
Those are... What about these
Point
people?
out that my bones are also on the outside, Kit.
Yeah, but this was black.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, that's what he looks like.
Jules, where are you situated while this whole conversation is happening? Have you been standing? Have you been sitting?
I'm still sitting on the floor, like just everything feels heavy right now. So I'm just gonna maintain on the floor. I can have this whole existential crisis that we're currently dealing with on the ground.
From down this way.
I'd like to be comfortable during my crisis.
Exactly.
You feel, especially because you're already close to the ground, you feel the little skittering footprints of Steve kind of crawl up onto your lap. And it's probably been there for like a couple of minutes. He's probably tried to like rest and be like, I get it. I get that this is rough. Steve is becoming an emotional support creature at some point here.
He's my emotional support demon.
I hate Steve so much.
Good.
I'm going to make you a plush of Steve and send it to your
I
house.
don't trust him at all.
Yeah, he's just
He's
luring
doing
us into a false sense of
great.
security.
Steve is the BBEG. Oh no. He's the SBEG.
Small bag. Okay.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So, and through this conversation, eventually Steve starts to climb up your arm and go towards actually your coat pocket where you keep the cards. As if he's trying to tug at them to pull them out of your pocket.
What is it, little guy? What are you? And I'm going to reach into... I have to react as Jules and not as myself in this instance. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards out and just kind of take them out of the bag that they're in and just kind of set I assume it's the deck in like an actual like box for them.
Yeah.
It's the deck in a box and a Ziploc bag.
You said to be careful. Somebody said to be careful.
And set the actual box down so it's out of the bag.
Did you set it on the ground?
Yes.
Steve tumbles kind of off of you, half like they tried to jump and half like they fell.
Oh my God, what an adorable disaster.
Really graceful. Steve is a graceful mess, okay?
I empathize a lot. Continue.
Don't we all? And so tumbling, just skittering a bit off of your knee and down, and starts to use its tail, which is healed since that one time it got chopped off.
Oh yeah, that happened.
And starts pulling at the opening of the box to try to open it. And
I go ahead and open it for it.
which is great because he's struggling.
I'm actually gonna like open them and like kind of like dump them into my hand and like just kind of like almost do like a fan like splay of them out on the floor.
Yeah.
And just like put them down and be like, just I'm not gonna say anything because Steve doesn't talk as far as I know, so I don't want to pull a Levi and just start talking to shit that doesn't respond. So
that's what I do to the rest of the team.
Yep. And Steve skitters, and it looks like they're just deciding on something, and kind of impatiently, and it uses its tail to start tapping as it taps 3 different cards.
I draw the cards in the order that I see Steve tap them.
Cool. The first one that you pull is the world. And it looks, it's quite pretty, back in this whole silver and black shining motif of the world. And how it's depicted in this is the world itself, but it's split into 2 parts. You notice that it's inverted, as if there is a mirror image of it that has been completely inverted in color, inverted into black and white. The second card that gets pulled is the Fool. You see a jester, the outline of a jester-like figure in the blacks and silvers, elaborately decorated. And the last one that you pull and face up is the Devil. Looking similar to the Daemons, actually, looking similar to both that demonic-looking creature that Lockie identified as Naya, but also a similarity to the weird demonic version of Lady Care.
After I pull the cards, I kind of put them down on the ground, and I kind of wait to see if Steve does anything more with them, like taps them or tries to move them into a specific order.
He leaves them in the order that you've placed them, and instead starts to... He doesn't quite have teeth, but he kind of starts to nom at the Devil card and tries to start pulling it away.
I'm going to go ahead and pick up Steve, who is still going to have the... I'm going to attempt to pick up Steve. I have no idea if he'll come willingly or not. And while he's still nom-nomming on the...
yes.
On the card, I'm going to bring him over to Lockie and just be like, any idea what this is about? And just be like, Tiny.
Steve is like swinging off the bottom of this card at this point.
That sounds like a great chance to investigate a mystery with my all of 0 sharp.
Beautiful, do it, please.
Let's
by
do
all
it.
means.
Yay!
I love it. I love this for your life.
So, okay.
See, you're not that bad.
Not bad.
Not too shabby. So you're investigating mystery. You can hold 1, and that can be spent to ask one of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where can it go? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here? What do you want to know?
I'm going to go with that last one.
What is being concealed here?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Answer the Daily Double.
Yeah, right. So what is being concealed here, as Steve is clearly trying to still, he's not getting anywhere in eating this card for the record, but Steve is squirming as if he's trying to pull away the card. And what you are understanding from what you can see, just looking at the card, and the longer you stare at it, it seems to reveal a little bit more to you, and even just the details of this. You see very clearly that this seems to be an amalgamation of both Lady Care in a very strange form that you've never seen her before in, but also of Naya. You notice that there is something about this demonic creature that is bound. you notice that they are unable to speak. There seems to be a gag across their mouth, and the arms are actually, while it looked like they were out splayed by their sides, as if they were summoning something, you actually notice that they are tied down. The longer you look at this, you get the idea that there is the impression that somebody or somebody's is being bound against a will of some sort, somebody's will. You also get the idea from Steve's apparent anxiety about this card that Naya might be following you through these cards.
That's not great.
And as you keep staring into the card, Steve frantically starting to like make his way up the side of the card to try to like, if I can get this at a different angle, maybe it's going to work better. Mentality, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different
It's like
results.
watching a shark trying to eat a ball. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
except
work.
the shark has like no teeth too, so it's like it's adorable.
It's like a tiger shark. It's just or a whale shark. It's got nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing going on.
Nom.
Nom.
And eventually Steve drops, giving up on the card altogether, and skitters back up your leg, Lockie, hiding back into your coat, where he has been off to do.
Sounds right.
And in that moment, all four of you hear a voice within your head.
Oh no.
Both Levi and Lockie recognize it. Levi, I thought I had given you a specific order. Why have you not killed the betrayer yet?
You didn't give me a time frame, so I was kind of feeling it out, doing it when I felt like it.
Anybody looking around, there's no physical presence at this moment. And Steve already ran. Steve is smart. I did not give you a time frame, but I thought you valued the gifts that I gave you.
I mean, they keep trying to kill me, so...
Would you rather I take them back?
I mean... no?
You little addict, you. Well, guess we're gonna have to deal with this all as a group now, won't we? And walking through the mirror, because you guys have still been in the warehouse.
We're a smart group.
Coming out from the mirror, and you see them as this is very anime scene where you don't see the full, I know, go figure.
Just
became an anime. And in this anime scene, the camera pans down looking at the dead basilisk face as you see these black heels just walking out from the mirror.
Give me that kill Satsuki.
Walking,
do it.
stepping over the basilisk. And from the mirror emerges a 6'5" tall humanoid figure. They don't look like you remember them, Lockie. Because as we know, demons look a little different on the outside. But her long white hair is there, disheveled, dirtied. There is a large scar up the side. One of her eyes is covered. And there is a black fabric that has been covering her mouth. and you don't see her mouth move as the camera pans up to look at her face, but instead you just hear her voice inside your heads. Lockie, I believe we have a discussion to have. And that's where we're going to finish tonight's episode.
Oh no! I thought she was missing.
Oh, she was.
I don't like it.
She was
from Sava, anyways.
She was missing, and then Dig in the Mouth Man set up a Gondor's call for aid.
I didn't do anything of the kind.
You didn't.
I was minding my own damn business, hanging out in my anime warehouse.
In your anime warehouse.
Clearly displayed here as an anime warehouse.
Crazy Levi's anime warehouse.
Is that the Death Note warehouse?
It might be.
No, that's definitely the Death Note warehouse.
Yeah,
Crazy Levi's anime warehouse, where our prices are insane.
So if you actually go into any of those crates that have been in this place, it's actually just DVDs of anime.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's all it actually is.
It's just other bodies like Kit.
It's just body pillows
from the U.S.
Yeah.
It's just body pillows. Yes, that is actually
No,
God.
No, it's time to
doing
go.
everything now. It's fine. I tried to end the episode, and then we made it worse.
On the subject of waifu pillows, we're done here. We're gonna go around, introduce our cast and crew, and get the hell out of here, so we can all go snuggle our individual pillows. We'll start with Cora. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Cora. You can find me on Twitter at GlamourBombLive, all capitalized. That is where I do most of my posting about literally everything and anything to do with this and other projects that I'm a part of, and just random nonsense TTRPG and otherwise. When I'm not on here, I am on a podcast from Mage Productions called Chords of Fate. And we are actually getting ready to, this upcoming Monday, we are going to be recording our final podcast episode for the first season. And I have no idea what's happening after that, but tune in and follow me on the internets and we'll be able to find out more from there. And I'm terrible at public speaking, so I'm going to stop.
Perfect. Let's jump right over to Keith. Keith, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I'm going to tell Freya that you called her a pillow.
I mean, she's probably fine with it. We'll be honest. Let's like a waifu pillow.
She does look very soft.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm Keith. You can find me at Keith R. Potempa on the socials, Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. I run an after-school program in Nashville teaching kids tabletop role-playing games, and have our own system that we made that teaches positive morality and nonviolent conflict resolution, has all kinds of crazy action-packed creatures and adventures that many after-school programs here in Nashville are full of kids playing and enjoying. So if you want to hear more about that, check it out at theheroesguild.com.
Hell yeah. Let's jump right over to John. John, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Well, I'm John. You can find me on Twitter at Ryomasa, RY0MASA. You won't find me there this week because, oh boy, deadlines. But if you are coming up to the Northeast for PAX East this weekend, I will be with the Roll Initiative running the Dungeons & Dragons Adventures League and Organized Play area for 5th edition in the back end of the Expo Hall in the tabletop section. So I will be there pretty much Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to drop by, say hello. Ping me on Twitter or something, and we'll figure out a time to meet up and talk. Although I am pretty busy at cons, but we'll figure something out. Yeah.
Sweet. And last but not least, Natalie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Oh God, what am I up to besides living out an anime life, apparently?
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Natalie. I've been your ridiculous keeper tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Rogue, where I normally talk about TTRPG shenanigans and self-care and I don't know, whatever the hell else I feel like I talk about. I don't know, some days. I don't do anything some days. What else am I up to? I do work with fabulous group known as Marriage College. We do third-party content for TTRPGs. We've been doing a lot of Bard stuff this month, and and I keep singing this song. I don't know where this is coming from. This has just been this month. And yeah, that's pretty much mostly me. I'm gonna be at the Game Developer Conference in San Francisco come in March. So if you're there, that is the only time I think coming up that you can ever see my face unless you live in Canada.
Well, all right then.
I know, right? I don't know what I'm doing with my life, okay?
Perfect. I mean, do we all?
No, we don't.
Great. That being said, I am all of a sudden going to PAX. I'll be there Friday and Friday only. So if you want to see me on Friday, we'll see.
Maybe.
I will.
You're like there one of the days I'm not there.
I know. So you can see me there. If you guys have not checked out the Dark Fortunes podcast, please go check it out. We're on episode 3 right now. It's super awesome. Go do all that fun rating and review stuff. Go check it out. Just download it and listen to it. Let me know what you think. And last but not least, if you guys are interested, there is a convention that I'm helping to plan on Halloween of 2020. Go to nerokicon.com, sign up for the thingy, and then you'll get alerted to stuff and things and all that fun things. That's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna go to bed. Have a nice night. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.